like the edge of my seat, like holding.
It's so awkward. Yes. That's a really good way of putting it.
Just saying that all your shit is terrible.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. I am video chatting with my writing friend from Paris. His name is Leo. And I'm trying to be a very, not savvy businesswoman, but just a responsible human being by being prepared because he gave me notes on my vignette. He's gonna tell me everything that he hates and likes about my vignette, so hopefully it'll be good. But I just gotta pull up his notes and actually call him.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, great. We could do how about you just tell me your feedback for Cornflowers for Elena? I wanted to catch up with you too anyways, so I didn't need that much feedback, but yeah. It's so awkward.
You're being so silly and I'm being so silly as well.
Okay, let's call. There's no camera. What are you talking about? So you read Cornflowers for Elena and you read Narrow Chances. You don't necessarily have to understand Narrow Chances to understand Cornflowers for Elena, but they definitely it's nice to have together.
But I read all of Cornflowers for Elena and read it a little bit slower than I read most of the other ones because I know you said it was the one you...
Yeah, struggle busing with that one for sure.
I definitely understand where you were coming from when you said to me that you feel like the dynamic between them isn't, I don't know, quite right or quite coming across the way that I think you want it to. Narrator and Fatima. I think it's almost too tense of a scene to jump into their relationship because they've clearly had this friendship for a while now. It's not brand new. She's going there often enough that her friends are almost teasing her about it, and so she clearly cares for her and has all these wonderful things to say about her, and that didn't really come in the beginning. Honestly, the impression I got at the beginning was that she wanted to end the friendship.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, okay.
That went away fairly quickly, but you can go and tell me your thoughts on this. But that being our first introduction to these two people, especially even in this vignette, we have a little bit of background from them for Narrow Chances. But if you want this to be able to stand on its own entirely, that being our very first introduction to them, it makes the reader, at least for me, it made me as a reader go into the flower shop with the narrator because you paint this really nice imagery of the flower shop in this whole little world that's just Fatima's that she's created for herself. That's really beautiful, but I'm going in there freaking out on the edge of my seat, holding on for dear life with the narrator. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Are these two friends gonna totally freak out at each other? There's gonna be some whole big confrontation. I just wasn't ready for that. I wasn't expecting that after this moment of thinking that she was trying to pull away.
Yeah, the switch up
is a little too much.
Too strong.
It's too quick. It's not a lead-in. I almost want it to be even more clear that this is only her perspective.
I think I need to lean into the fact that she's doing this really selfishly. She's not really thinking of other people.
We want to know that she's being selfish. We want to know that who she is as a person. I think you're trying to make excuses for her.
No, I know, because, I don't know, I want to make her relatable, but also, sometimes when she's,
It's relatable, though.
I just have to remember, what it was like in...
21-year-old.
Yeah, what it was like, early college, how I was just, floundering around thinking that I understood everything, when clearly I didn't.
And she's contrasted by Fatima. Yes, they have a great relationship, sure, which I think you need to show at some point a little bit more. But we do see in the whole conversation they have about Fatima's father, and the narrator actually being really sensitive to her. We do see that they actually care about each other, but she is contrasted by Fatima. They are not similar. They are opposites, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing. That happens all the time in friendships. But just let that be.
Hi everybody, it's this kind of morning, a coffee kind of morning. I'm video chatting with my friend Sarah today. She's also a writer from Paris, so she's gonna give me some feedback on my vignette. She actually read the entire vignette. She's also an incredible editor, and like we bonded over that when we were in school because we were in the same program, and she was like in charge of one of the literary magazines / publications, so her feedback is gonna be amazing. Even if it's just like a little bit, it'll be like great.
And I also wrote down the themes I saw at the beginning at each title page. You'll see like losing love, leaving love, friends questions, mother's love.
Yes.
It was definitely a theme of love stories in different forms. Losing love and leaving love, I had differently because one is, again, you lose someone, and another is you are intentionally doing something. I think there was a lot where there was an intention from one party and a clear loss from the other, feeling lost from the other. And the friends questions was really, there were a lot of, I guess, more philosophical or general, ideas posed about love, even either in the story itself as part of the dialogue or in a theme of the story. Line between friends and lovers, of course, is another question mark, a big theme. What felt missing is that it didn't feel like there was something you were saying really strongly, like one or two things you were saying really strongly by the end of it. I like that you have a few stories that continue. Barrio Chases continues. You have Narrow Chances and Cornflowers have, the same characters, same story carrying through. To have a few stories that are clear throughout the whole thing. And then other things interspersed between them. And I think you can lean into that a little more. Expand some stories, cut others. I think that will help make it feel like everything's connected and not just through, here's some love stories. Yeah. Because that's well good, but why are those stories in this particular vignette collection? What do they contribute? There's one that I'm not going to think of off the top of my head, but I mentioned as being a contrast to love stories. Page 67, Where to Write. Oh yeah, this one was just, it was too much symbolism for me in terms of the other pieces. It was very abstract, which is good, but it felt apart from the other pieces. I wasn't sure what you were trying to say, to be perfectly honest.
Got it, okay.
And so this is one of the things where it's like, okay, what does this kind of thing add to the overall collection? I think you are leaning towards having a few main pieces, and the main pieces are strong. I think some of them need to get stronger, but they're strong. And the other pieces have to enhance the main pieces or provide a contrast, otherwise they're going to get totally lost.
Yes. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah. Okay. No, I agree. Like, looking at this now and, like, hearing your thoughts, I'm like, Lauren, why did you include it?
Listen, I'm going to reiterate this now because I think it's a given for you, but I'm going to say it anyway. Mm-hmm. This is not to say that all your shit is terrible.
No.
Really, okay?
Yeah.
This is to say, here are the pieces that I think you could be stronger in. Cornflowers, for example, that was my favorite piece.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. The thing is, so if that's the bar, there are a lot of pieces that are over here. Yeah. And they can be raised up. I know they can because you've written it already. You've done that already. You've reached that bar already. I know you can.
Yeah.
You're going towards something. It's not there yet.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm really excited. Rest and repose. I'm barely functional this morning. After 8 hours of sleep, I've got a tooth for a brain today. You can see I have a check mark and 3 exclamation points and an underline because I love that line.
Yeah, you do? Okay.
Yeah. Overall, it was a collection. It didn't quite feel, drawn out and completed. There were pieces that got lost. I think that you have the right instinct in going towards how to connect these. So you start, if we're assuming that Bologna and California are the same people, if you start with Bologna, where she's leaving someplace, and you end with California, where she's, again, leaving someplace, it feels complete. It feels wrapped up with a bow in a little bit. In a way that I'm a sucker for wrapped up with a bow. But I think there's a sense of the chapter ending, the chapter of life ending.
Yes.
Which I think you reiterate with a lot of your pieces. In Barrio Chases, it's about chapters of life, and that's an interesting theme too that I'm just realizing as I'm talking about it. I think because you have so many beginnings and endings, you've got to have the arc. You've got to have a full arc in the whole thing. In terms of just creating stories, if you intersperse them, intelligently and cleverly, you've got something where you're reading something the first time, you're reading this character a certain way, and then, yes, they change between the stories, but they change because of what you're telling, the stories you're telling between those two parts of the story. The pieces that interchange have to enhance them and make us think a different way about the character, or make us think a different way about romance, or a different way about leaving home, or a different way about whatever the themes are.
Yeah.
So come back to it and appreciate it more, and that ties into it even better.
Yeah. No, I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, and I actually, because I was really confused on how to put these together, because like the truth is most of these are written like day by day and everything, and I understood there was somewhat of a theme, but like I knew that the collection felt incomplete just because I knew that there were certain aspects that I wasn't like exploring, but the way that you put it, of big stories have the overall general sense of the theme, and then smaller stories get to like have really poignant parts of exploring a different aspect of a certain theme. I think that's gonna help me so much like in trying to categorize everything and trying to like see which pieces I need to expand and like how I should expand it. Like that's gonna help a lot. Okay, yeah.
I have a hot take that you may not like.
Uh-oh, we love hot takes.
You ready for it?
Okay.
I wasn't a big fan of the Barrio Chases.
Wait, that is a hot take.